Were you ever caught in a situation where you had to present in public or perform in front of a crowd and your mind went completely blank? Well, you are not alone. Many people have also had similar experiences. So today let's talk about the secret to stopping fear and anxiety. Firstly, what is fear? So fear is like a physical state in your body, and it's this actually the same physical state in your body as excitement, where like both fear and excitement like bring symptoms of like your heart racing or sweat or a tightening in your chest. It's basically when your body is hyper aware because it's ready for action. And the only difference between the two is what the brain is thinking and doing while the body is agitated. So for example, when you're like afraid, your brain is working against you, and when you're excited, your brain is working for you. So for example, like when you're like afraid, um if you walked into a class and like the most like strict teacher in the school was there and you forgot your homework, and then like you would feel really scared and you'd feel fear because of that, and like yeah, your heart might race and you might sweat. But on the other hand, when you feel excited, it might be, for example, because like in your geography class and like it's a really nice teacher and they suddenly announce that you're going on a trip to like Disneyland in Paris, and then you'd also have the same physical reactions as well, like your heart racing, but this time for different reasons because your brain is going, oh wow, I'm so excited to like go there. And basically fear is like, it can rob you of experiences and opportunities. So for example, if you're scared of flying, it can limit your ability to like see the world and travel. And if you're afraid of public speaking, it can limit your ability to express yourself. um, Also another example is like in my biology class, the teacher was talking about like the heart, and I wasn't paying attention, so I missed out on what the teacher was saying. But I was too afraid to speak up and ask the teacher to clarify it because I didn't understand, because I didn't want the teacher to think that I was stupid or that I wasn't paying attention in the class. And that meant that I didn't get the information, so I didn't perform as well on the test as the other could have. Second is why ignoring fear doesn't work. So you may have heard the advice, just calm down and like feel the fear and do it anyways, but that doesn't actually work because it's very difficult to go from a state of agitation to calm, and it's really hard to control yourself when you're really scared. So for example, I saw in a newspaper about this woman who had a car accident because she had just got a new car and she was really scared of like driving it. But so when she was pressing the brake pedal, she accidentally pressed the acceleration pedal, which led to the accident because she was so scared. And just telling someone to calm down when they're scared can actually make them more stressed. So yeah, there's also research that have shown that ignoring fear will make it worse because then you continue to remain uncertain and anxious. And also positive thinking alone can also make fear worse because it can invalidate genuine like emotions. Last is so what do you do when you're scared? So there's the 5-second rule and an anchor thought. So these two joined together will reframe the mind from agitation to excitement. So the 5-second rule is where you take 5 seconds to yourself and you tell yourself that you're not actually afraid but excited, and then like your brain will work like with you instead of against you. So for example, I had a flute performance and I was really scared to perform because I was afraid of messing up and I was like worried about what others would think. So before my performance, I took 5 seconds just to like tell myself that I wasn't scared but I'm actually excited, and that made me like feel more excited actually to perform, and I performed quite well. And an anchor thought is a thought that can keep you focused so that you won't lose control when you're scared, and so you have a clear goal and reason for what you're doing and like your action. So basically where you think about who you'll be or how you'll feel after you've done what you're afraid to do, which can help motivate you. So for example, if you had a job and you wanted to ask the boss for a higher pay but you were too scared to, then you could think about how happy you'll be after you've asked the boss and actually received the higher pay, or maybe like a celebration and having like dinner with your whole family to like celebrate it. So this can motivate you to like be more willing and confident to like ask your boss because you have a picture of the outcome in your head already. And so in conclusion, I think the main points to like take away are like that fear and excitement have the same physical state in your body, and that like ignoring fear doesn't always work, and that sometimes you can lose control when you're scared, and you should use the 5-second rule and like especially an anchor thought. So maybe next time you're really scared to do something because of fear, maybe this will help you give you confidence to be able to be more willing to do it next time. Thank you for listening. Bye.